igneous intrusions are like windows onto an ancient world.
Oh, hey, Moby. I'm just catching up on all the educational shows I missed during finals. Why would you want to watch a show about lowering CEOs into shark-infested waters when you could be learning about the relationship between a rock's depth and its crystal structure? But it's the first day of summer vacation. Dear Tim and Moby, I'm supposed to write a 5-paragraph essay and I don't know where to start. Please help, Toby. Well, Toby, you should probably start with paragraph 1. Fine. The 5-paragraph essay is a tried and true format writers use in a few different contexts. To present and explain information in an expository essay, to describe an experience, person, or thing and bring it to life in a descriptive essay, or to argue an opinion in a persuasive essay. All 3 formats have the same essential structure. They make a claim or main argument and show evidence to support it. The 5-paragraph formula helps you organize your ideas and stay focused on the goal, presenting your position clearly and convincingly. Right, it's got 5 paragraphs. An introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. The introduction is where you set up the essay, like making a map of what it'll be about. It helps to start with a hook, meant to grab the reader's interest. It can be an interesting story, a relevant quote, or a cool fact related to the topic. Say you're writing a persuasive essay, and the topic is the case for a longer school year. Okay. Your hook could be a statistic about how it's done in other countries. Plenty of countries have much shorter summer vacations than Americans do. Now, after the hook, you introduce your topic with some background. You might note that most American school districts take 2 to 3 months off, but some have started experimenting with shorter summer breaks. Then you wrap up your intro with the thesis statement. The thesis is your claim, summarizing your position on the topic plus your reasoning. In other words, it states your argument and elaborates on how you'll prove it. The thesis statement is really important. It's sort of like a mini outline, setting up the whole structure of your essay. It's a good idea to include 3 reasons supporting your argument, because they become the subjects of the 3 body paragraphs. So your thesis could be that extending the school year will help lower-income students, improve test scores, and keep kids busy. And then we know what to write about in every body paragraph. Each body paragraph develops a single point and begins with a topic sentence, which is like the paragraph's thesis. It restates one of the reasons presented in the main thesis statement. So, for example, body paragraph 1 could have this topic sentence. A longer school year would level the playing field for low-income students. The rest of the paragraph develops that topic sentence using evidence. For instance, you could write that all students experience the summer slide, forgetting some of the year's learning over break, and cite research about how the losses are biggest for low-income kids, including possible reasons why, because of differences in opportunities like camps and other enrichment. Throughout the body paragraph, make sure you keep your goal in mind. All evidence should support the topic sentence, which supports the thesis. Yep, the next 2 body paragraphs follow the same format. Take a reason from your thesis statement and expand on it to prove your claim. Each body paragraph focuses on a separate point, but they're all part of one bigger argument. So, to ease the switch from one point to the next, link up the paragraphs with transitions. They form bridges from one section to the next, so your argument flows well. Sometimes it'll work to add in a word or phrase like also, in addition, or plus. But usually it'll sound better to rework the whole sentence. Try picking up the thought from the previous paragraph. There, you were talking about how kids forget stuff over the summer, and this next paragraph is about improving test scores. So you could transition by saying that one consequence of the summer slide is lower test scores. Speaking of transitions, Moby, I'm not really into this idea of a longer school year. Well, I think kids need plenty of time to rest and relax over the summer. More school might just lead to more stress and... Fine, moving on. The fifth paragraph is the conclusion, where you restate your argument and wrap things up. The conclusion has the reverse structure of the introduction. Instead of moving from the general topic to a specific argument, it moves from specific to general. So you begin by restating your specific claim and supporting ideas. But you don't want a word-for-word repetition of your thesis. That's kind of boring, so paraphrase or reword it instead. Like, a longer school year is worth exploring as a way to close the achievement gap, raise test scores, and keep young minds engaged. And you can transition with a phrase indicating that you're wrapping things up. Like, in conclusion, in summary, or how about given the evidence. Lastly, you have a chance to extend your argument with some final insight. Like, you could finish up a story you began in the intro, or explain the importance of your argument. Schools across America should extend their school days through July, effective immediately. The future of our nation depends on it. Not bad, even though I still don't agree. Something to keep in mind is that not all essays follow the 5-paragraph format. Some are longer and more complex, or they present parts in a different order. As you grow as a writer, you'll learn how to play around with the formula too. In the meantime, the 5-paragraph structure will help you master the basics, organizing your ideas to make a strong, well-supported argument. Where'd you go? Finally, some peace and quiet so I can get back to my show.
Breaking news. A brilliant new essay has convinced the local Board of Education to extend the school year through July. Area students should report back to their classrooms tomorrow morning.